Flurry of union activity in Hollywood. SAG-AFTRA, which represents 160,000 performers, has officially begun contract negotiations with the studios. Those talks coming days after guild members overwhelmingly authorize a possible strike if a deal is not reached by the end of the month. It's also the 37th day of the ongoing writer's strike, and just hours after the DGA, the Directors Guild board, approved their own tentative deal with the studios. With the latest from the picket lines, I'm joined once again by entertainment attorney and freelance journalist Jonathan Handel. As always, thank you so much. Always appreciate your perspective. Let's start with those details of what we know about the tentative agreement with the DGA. What is in that agreement? And then also, how will that impact the WGA strike?
Thanks for having me back. The Directors Guild gained a sort of a chock full of provisions agreement on basic wages. They have a 5% increase in the first year of the 3-year deal, 4 and 3.5 in the other years. They had said that they wanted to address inflation. Those numbers don't really keep up with the inflation we've had in the past, which is why it may not set a pattern for the Screen Actors Guild, where, as you said, are negotiating now. They have a lot more members who work at the basic wage level, so a scale increase is in some ways more important to them. On residuals, very hard-fought issue, the Directors Guild achieved an increase in foreign residuals for streaming. Foreign is the big area of growth for certain of the platforms, like Netflix, for example, in particular. So that was a major win for them. They did not increase the domestic residuals formula, except for that 5% increase I alluded to. Mm-hmm. And they did not get, critically, it did not seek a success metric. So a show like Wednesday, very popular show on Netflix, pays the same residuals that a flop like Tuesday or some other show that does not perform as well.
Does this have any impact on the WGA strike right now? Because they're not negotiating.
They're not negotiating, and it really doesn't. Okay. Both the WGA and SAG-AFTRA have said, if you want to negotiate with our members, you negotiate with us. The DGA deal does not set a pattern for us. Okay. So when you very much have the prospect of a SAG-AFTRA strike at the end of the month. And that would be the first dual strike in this industry since 1960, 63 years ago.
So that's really the headline, is that SAG-AFTRA, with almost 98% of its members saying, yes, we authorize a strike if we cannot come to an agreement by June the 30th. So the clock is ticking. That would literally freeze Hollywood, something that hasn't happened since 1960. It
absolutely would. And not only was it a 98%, virtually 98% yes vote, the turnout, the number of ballots returned, was, I believe, 47% of ballots sent out, which is twice the turnout they get when they hold their elections. So it was an astonishingly high turnout and an astonishingly high percentage.
What do you expect the separation to be in terms of SAG in their negotiations with the studios? What is it that the actors want that the studios may not give?
I think they want higher increases in basic wages than the directors achieved. I think they want more in the form of residuals. They are concerned with self-tape auditions. They're very concerned with AI, which is an imminent threat to because the deep fake technology is already here. You turbocharge that with artificial intelligence, and there's a real threat to performers potentially.
And you really do think that we're going to see that happen?
I think it's likely that we'll see a strike.
Because you called it originally with the WGA, so we'll see if you're 2 for 2.
I did.
Okay, so today is day 37 of the WGA. As mentioned, they're not negotiating, and there's incentive for the studios not to come to the table because of an 8-week mark. Explain that.
Sure. Certain showrunners, people who develop shows, are hired by the studios essentially as idea factories to come up with ideas for new shows. And they have these what are called overall agreements, which are agreements that fund not only the showrunner, but also staff, assistants, creative executives, money for optioning scripts and developing scripts, all that sort of thing. Those deals have terms in them that say that if an event shuts down the industry and lasts for more than 8 weeks, we, the studio or streamer, can terminate this overall deal. Some of those deals are in the hundreds of millions of dollars. Some of these deals have not performed. They've been a net loss for the studio, and those are the ones that are most vulnerable.
So they don't have the incentive.
They don't have the incentive. And they get to go to Wall Street and say, we've cut and we've saved money.
Okay. All right, Jonathan Handel, we'll have you back same time next week.
I'll be back.
Is it a date? It's a date. You'll be here.
It's a date, absolutely.
Okay. All right, thanks so much.